Hey, stop! Hold on, don't go anywhere. You're seeing this exclusive video because you have claimed your copy of my book, The New Agile Manager. In this video, I'm going to offer to help you take that information and jumpstart your journey for free. I'll tell you why it's free here in just a minute, but first, let me tell you what you're getting for free. You know that in my book, The New Agile Manager, I present a new and exciting role for you as a guide in your organization for agility. As a manager, you are the heartbeat for agility. You have the book, and you're now watching this video, and you know that as an agile leader, you will maximize the innovation in your organization. You'll create deep employee engagement. You're going to improve your organization's agility. You'll be able to delegate with confidence. You're going to thrive in change, and you're going to decrease your own and your team's stress. But if you're like many of my clients, you're not exactly sure where to start and frankly a little intimidated or anxious at the thought of being the agile, quote, expert for your organization. Well, I've set aside some time to personally design an Agile Manager blueprint and walk you through the skills you're going to need as an Agile Manager for free. I begin this process by listening to you, finding out where you're at, finding out what your team is like, what's your organization like, what are your challenges right now, and together we'll assess your current state, your growth areas, and your goals. And then we'll design a custom blueprint to get you from where you are now to there, where you want to be. Your growth plan will include the 5 leadership senses. The self sense, that understanding of your personal self-leadership, your personal self-agility. It includes your individual sense, that optimizing of your one-on-one relationships and maximizing the value that you give to your direct reports, how you encourage and enable them to become agile leaders within the organization. It talks about the team sense, helping the teams become more agile and releasing them to become their best selves. It talks about the organizational sense, helping the organization become more nimble as a whole. And then the 5th sense, your strategic sense. In an agile organization, we believe that strategy isn't something you do once a year. It's something that happens every day by everyone in the organization, and you as an agile manager are there to facilitate and help your people grow as strategic thinkers. We'll also evaluate the 12 key roles that agile managers have. The 12 roles are technical expert, you're a quality advocate. As an agile manager, you're a data provider and an agile resource. You're a business leader, strategic thinking guide. You're a change catalyst and a team supporter. You're a leader builder and a resource provider. You're an organizational leader and a lifelong learner. We'll quickly assess those areas, both where you are now and where you want to be. And then we'll take everything that you've told us and design a custom growth plan that's specific to you. Then we'll give you a complete custom blueprint that shows exactly what you should work on and in what order. There's a sequence to these things that makes some more logical sense than others. And you may be asking, okay, why? Why are you doing all this for free, Joseph? It sounds like it's going to be a lot of work. And it is. It's going to be at least an hour of time that we're going to spend together. But the truth is, this is how I get clients. And you're thinking, oh, of course, this is it. It's a sales pitch. No, the fact is, I hate selling. So I figure instead of trying to convince people using sales techniques or whatever, I will just help you and let the value of that speak for itself. After you get your blueprint, one of 3 things is going to happen. The first possibility is you'll think the blueprint is no good and that we wasted your time. This has literally never happened. But in the event that you feel that your time was wasted, I will immediately write you a check for $50 in compensation for the hour or so that we've spent together. The second possibility is that you'll love it and decide to use the blueprint yourself. If that's the case, I'll wish you the best of luck, and I'll be happy to have been help to you along the way. The third and most common scenario is that you'll be thrilled with the blueprint and you'll ask to become a client. And here's how that part of it works. We'll create a monthly schedule, typically meet with clients once a month for an hour or twice a month for half an hour. You're busy, I'm busy, we're all busy people. In that meeting, we are going to discuss how things progressed since our last meeting, and we'll make plans together for the next time period. The plans are going to include things like exercises that you'll be executing. There'll be leadership logs that you'll be keeping, different assignments for you to do on a daily basis. These are going to be specific plans for improvement for the specific growth areas that you have identified that you want to work on. And since everyone is different, I tailor the exercises and homework to your specific needs at the time. During the month, you're going to have complete access to me through phone, text, email, Slack, for whatever questions you need. And yes, believe it or not, I have text coached people before. Plus, you'll have free access to my entire library of Agile training videos. I have taken all of the material that I have for my public training classes, and I've put it on video in a private area that you will have access to. Now, this is if, two big ifs. If we both mutually decide that you're a good fit for the program, and if you actually want to become a client. So if that's the case, then the cost of the program is $19.70 per month. You should know that this is not going to be a sales pitch in disguise. In fact, at the end of our conversation, if you tell me that we wasted your time, I'm going to give you that $50 as compensation, like I said. No strings attached. But there is one catch. The catch is, I can't help everybody. In order for us to do this for you, you must meet this strict but reasonable criteria. First, you must be a leader. You have to have a team to work with. Otherwise, we have no place for you to practice the things that we're going to talk about. And second, you must be willing to learn and have a growth mindset. I'm going to give you exercises, I'm going to give you assignments, and you have to be willing to take them on. Sometimes they'll seem crazy, and you have to still play the game anyway and be willing to do it. And that's it. Those are the criteria. If this sounds interesting to you, here's what you want to do next. I'm going to ask for a real human deposit of $100. Don't worry, I don't want your $100. Really, you can have it back as soon as we talk. You can have it back before then if you want to cancel. Really, you can have it back under any condition known to man. I really don't want your money. I'm just using the deposit as a filter to keep the time wasters at bay. I want to reserve these time slots that I have to develop these plans for people who are actually going to show up and people who are actually going to do something about it. So I use the totally refundable deposit as a filter for that. Once you leave your refundable deposit, you'll be taken to a brief questionnaire. It takes about 30 seconds to fill out. There's nothing intrusive about it. It simply helps me prepare for our session together. Next, you're going to receive an email directly from me to schedule time for our call. The call will be scheduled for sometime in the next couple of weeks, but you should get that email within 24 hours. After we talk and we complete your blueprint, one of three things are going to happen. First possibility is you'll love the blueprint and you'll decide to take it all and do it yourself. If that's the case, like I said, I'll wish you the best of luck. I'll be happy to have helped you, and I'll totally refund your deposit. The next possibility is you'll love the blueprint and want to get started right away. If that's the case, we'll get started right away. We'll get started immediately by setting up a time to meet for our first session. And the third scenario, which has actually never happened, is you'll tell me that I wasted your time and the blueprint wasn't helpful at all. If that happens, I will immediately give you back your $100 deposit plus $50 compensation for the time that we've spent together. So clearly, you have nothing to lose by having me create your customized learning blueprint for you. And that's why you should click the link below and we'll get started today. Okay, sometimes people have questions about this offer, and so this is the part where I answer those questions. Here's one of the first questions I get is this going to be right for me? And the answer to that is, I don't know. You're different. I'm different. Your scenario is different. Your history is different. Your company is different. Everything's different. But it can't hurt to just get on the phone and build the blueprint. You have nothing to lose in that. There's no scenario where you lose in getting on the phone and developing the blueprint. So that makes perfect sense. And you can make the decision whether you want to do the ongoing program or not. Second question is, how can I prepare? Well, there's not a whole lot that you need to do, but you could help me out by sending me a link to your LinkedIn profile, a copy of your resume, a write-up of your experience, something about your team structure maybe. What's your role? What is your current position? Who is your supervisor? Or who do you report to and what's their role? Who are your reports and what are their roles? These kinds of things will help me prepare for our conversation. And the third question I hear from people is, well, how soon am I going to hear from you? The fact is, you will hear from me immediately. As soon as you leave your deposit and complete that questionnaire, you should receive an email from me directly. Now, it'll probably be within 24 to 48 business hours. If you send it to me Monday morning, you'll probably get it that same day. But if you send it to me Friday night at 8 p.m., you're probably going to get it on Monday. You'll hear from me immediately. That's it. This really is a free service that I'm offering. And so you can see you have everything to gain and nothing to lose. Even if you don't become a client, then there's no pressure to become a client whatsoever from me. Like I said, I hate selling. So what you'll hear is, hey, would you like some help implementing this? And you'll either say yes or no. And I do believe even if you go about it on your own, you're going to be delighted in what you receive out of this. So go ahead, leave your deposit now, and I look forward to speaking to you soon.